This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to add your contacts into Moxi Engage and set them up on the weekly newsletter email, as well as get them set up so that they can receive the just listed and just sold emails. So once you're in Moxi, this is what your homepage, your dashboard will look like. And if you notice down here where it says all people, that's going to show you, that's telling you how many contacts you have inputted into the Engage system. All right, so up at the top where it says people, you're going to click on add people. All right, so we're going to, there are several fields on this page. You can enter as much information as you want to enter, or as little information as you want to enter. I personally think the more the better, depending on what type of client it is. So you just want to go ahead and enter their information. Phone number, and that's mainly just for your reference. Email address, you definitely want to add that in there. Without that email address, you cannot set them up on the weekly newsletter emails. For their address, you can put in the property address that they're wanting to buy, or you can put in their actual address. If you put in their actual address, then if there are occasions that arise, like a birthday or home anniversary or whatever the case may be, you are able to send gifts to your clients through Moxi. All right, so instant messaging, if they have a Skype, if they have a website, you can add your relation, any dates. This is where I was talking about birth dates, the day that they sold their home, the day that they purchased their home. You can add that in there. If they've got a Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, you can add that there. All right, so once you've got all of their information added in, you will click done. And this is now their contact page. As you move forward, you can mark them as a client or as a non-client. When you mark them as a client, it's going to ask if they're a buyer or a seller client. What that actually does is it leads you into the transaction portion and provides a checklist to you so that you will know what to do next, or what to expect, or some ideas of what to do going forward during the transaction with your client. If you list their home or get them under contract, over here to the left, you can add the transaction that way as well. All right, so stay to the left over here under subscriptions, click where it says add subscriptions. So you've got your neighborhood news and you've got your listing announcements. All right, for your neighborhood news, you're going to add subscription. And as you see, there's two ways that we can do this. You can do a quick, or you can do a custom targeted search. So either way you want to do, if you do a quick, it's by zip code only. We'll do a quick zip code postal only. Since I put the address in there for this contact, it automatically pulled up the zip code. You can change it if you want. When they get the email, they can actually change the zip code as well. So once you get that zip code in there, you'll click done. You can also click on preview, and it will show you a preview of what this neighborhood news email looks like. And it basically just goes over what's just listed, what's just sold, basically what the market is doing for that specific zip code. So as you can see, it's got the listings in here. Market changes in the past 12 months, market changes from February to March, number of listings. So it just gives them some good information on what the market's doing for their area. All right, once you're done, then you'll click done. And it's got them connected. You'll see the active subscriptions here. You can always add if you want to, add quick or add custom. Add custom is actually a new feature, so that's pretty cool. All right, so we'll go back over here on the left-hand side to add subscriptions again. And we're going to add the listing announcements. So you'll just click add subscription. Make sure that just listed and just sold are both checked, and then click done. So the way that those just listed and just solds work is when you have a client in Moxi and you add a transaction, you mark them as a client, okay? You add in the MLS that they're either selling or buying. Once you do that, you'll get a checklist, and in that checklist it will say send out just listed or send out just sold announcement, and you can click the button and it will send out the just listed or just sold email to all of your contacts that are in Moxi. So that's why you want to make sure that you're putting all of your contacts in here, because you have the option to send out the mass emails. There's also campaigns up here. This is a training for another date, but I'll click on it really quickly because this is another new portion where you can add a campaign, put a group of contacts in here, and be able to send out that email. So if you like to send out emails often to agents letting them know of a price reduction or something that's brand new on the market or something that just came back on the market, a good idea would be to come into this page, create a group of just those email contacts so that you can come in and add a campaign and email to those contacts whenever you need to. All right, back on track. Let me go over here, click on people and click on my people. And this is going to give you the overview of all the contacts that you've got into Moxi. Notice right here at the top where it says sales flow, marketing, prospects, actives, that comes from how you're marking your contacts when you put them into Engage. When you change them to a client, then it will ask you if you're just marketing them right now, or if it's prospects, or if you actually have them active under contract under something. Those checklists that it provides are really good because they name things that you could be doing currently for your clients that sometimes we just don't think about. It's a really great tool for new agents, just something to go by of what could I possibly be doing right now. That checklist can give you several different things, but you have to put your people in Moxi and add a transaction to them in order to access those checklists. All right, so that's pretty much the gist of it. You add your contacts in, you set them up on the newsletter subscriptions, and then you can start their sales flow with them once you start moving them along the process. Does anybody have any questions? Like I said previously, for those of you who weren't on in the very beginning, this is being recorded. So once the call is over, I will be uploading this to our YouTube training page so that you can go back and access it if you need to. I know sometimes if I've got a video training, I kind of have to go back and play it and pause it and play it and pause it to walk myself through some things. So if that's what you need to do here, then you'll have that option available. All right, does anyone have any questions before we end this call? If you do, just unmute and let me know. Somebody sent a message. How do you upload a list of prospects of clients? Okay, so there is a way that you can upload through a CSV format. Let's see. Right here at the top where it says export. Well, actually, that's putting them out. Let's see here. Here we go. All right, so at the very top of your screen, that little wheel, you'll click on that where it says import Outlook CSV. That's where you'll go. So you want to get your contacts in a CSV format, and then you can import them that way. Once you import them, though, you will still have to go through and set them up on the newsletter. It will not set them up automatically. Does anybody else have any other questions? All right, that's it.
Okay, thank you so much.